Hello everybody, Shadow Phoenix here, back again with another video, and today we'll be doing a episode on what your favorite Arcane Lineage class says about you. As always, if you do enjoy, please subscribe, and leave a like on the video, leave a comment, let me know if you disagree or agree with anything, and let's get right into the video. Necromancer. Probably the most common class you'll see in all of Arcane Lineage due to the fact that it is probably the least skillful class to play, of course besides Voidwalker, but we'll get into that later. Now, if you do think if Necromancer is your favorite class, then I'm gonna be really honest, you're probably pretty bad at the game, or you just have no friends and need to figure out a way to beat bosses by yourself. You also love the fact that it has a bunch of healing moves, its summons are really good, and it's scaling with Arcane, since magic classes are the best classes in the game right now, besides again Voidwalker, are very beneficial for you, and overall you're pretty much build carry is what I'm trying to say. Oh boy, Voidwalker. Let's just get this straight out of the way. Anyone who plays Voidwalker is 100% build carried. There is no way around it. Voidwalker just has basically everything every other class would want mixed into one class. For Necromancer, it can heal. It can also summon a monster as well. I believe it's called the Shadow Beast, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, call it whatever you want. It can do both those things. It can crit like absolute crazy, and its stack crits on top of each other, and once at max stacks can deal over 200 damage without critting, by the way, and with a crit could deal 400 damage. And it's easy to make crit builds in this game as well, just because Fortune is so busted. And they also just have natural good damage against most mobs, since most mobs are not weak to dark type besides the swamp creatures and Thorian. But then you also hear a bunch of Woodwalkers complaining about how they can't do any damage to Thorian because they have dark type moves, even though they can attack one time and deal like 30 damage with an M1 when they crit, and then also have enough time to stack up a bunch of hits and then attack with a move that does over 200 damage, which will only do like 75 damage to Thorian, which, oh no, I'm so sorry about that. Boosted class. If you're an assassin, well, let me just say that unlike Voidwalker and Necromancer, you do take a bit of skill. Most people that play assassin tend to think that the class is pretty balanced, all things considered. I've seen a few people say that it's really underpowered and that it should get buffed, but I don't think it really should, in my opinion. Most assassins are pretty chill. They actually do help a lot when it comes down to fighting bosses, and most assassins you do meet have a lot of cash on them that they can probably give to you, and most likely will, but if you just ask them. Overall, pretty chill guys, but they are very annoying. I do not like the fact that they could just do 200 damage in one attack. It is really stupid. People that play Berserker are holding on to the fact that they think they're Guts and want to be as cool as Guts, but then realize they can't because the class sucks. Like, it is really bad. For example, Berserkers were supposed to get a buff. People were begging for Berserker to get a buff, but instead of buff any of its attacks, they just reduced the cooldown a tiny bit, and then made one of their moves dark, which does not seem that bad at first until you realize that fighting Thorian as a Berserker is basically impossible. Before it was impossible, but now they just made it basically impossible. Carnage is a self-damaging move, and Thorian is resistant to dark type attacks. Oh yeah, they made Carnage dark type, so you won't even do that much damage to it, but you take more damage from your Carnage than dealing with Thorian. It's just not worth it. They do cry a lot though about the class. I do feel bad, but it does get pretty annoying at some points, I'll be honest. But other than that, yeah, I do feel bad for them. probably one of the most chill people to meet in game. They don't really brag a lot, so to speak. They actually do help freshies from time to time progress as well. I see a lot of Impalers helping out people in boss fights who haven't done it for the first time. And overall, the class is pretty balanced. Not balanced, it's actually pretty good. But most Impalers don't like... You don't see Impalers soloing bosses basically like what Voidwalkers and Necromancers do. So they're pretty chill and relaxed. I don't really think anything's wrong with Impalers that play them. Most likely people you meet with Impaler, like those really off people that have that god complex of doing as much damage as possible, or those Metamancer builds that think they're the hottest people in the game. You're not that good at the game. Cry about it. But other than that, yeah, they're pretty chill. Elementalist's entire personality is literally just shoving down your throat that Elementalists can do like the highest AoE damage in the game. And that's not even true. Like, it's actually not even true whatsoever. Voidwalker does more AoE damage than it. And it's actually easier to get, and then you can even use the stacks multiple times in a round, because Lightning Strike is much harder to use than whatever Voidwalker's AoE attack is. I don't even remember the name. But they shove down your throat that Elementalist is so much better than Necromancer. But then you never see Elementalists soloing bosses and stuff. You only see Elementalists supporting people in like Thorian or something. Yeah. They think they're like one of the best classes in the game. They're proud of it apparently, but it's honestly, it's a good class, but they should not be overhyping it this much, I'm gonna be honest. They think it's one of the best classes in the game, and it's really not. Like, they're so delusional that they think Monk is like really good, but it's really, really bad. Like, the passive regen is good, but you can get passive regen on almost anything by just putting the soul points into it, and having even more passive regen with those soul points might sound like a benefit, but the lackluster damage it does is kind of ridiculous. And the fact that you have to, I'm pretty sure you also have to like go mix it with like Voidwalker as well, except you don't get the summon like Voidwalker. You don't have any as good AoE as Voidwalker. You don't heal off attacks like Voidwalker does. Like, it's literally just a worse Voidwalker in my opinion. If you go this class, you're in denial basically. You're terrible at dodging. Like, you're really bad at dodging, so then you went for the only possible class where you get reduced damage, even more reduced damage, sorry, on blocking than any other class. You would literally you are this type of person to throw all your points into one stat and then expect you to be like the best player in the game. Like, having 400 HP is great and all, but you do like 5 damage a hit, and you can't really help us out here. You don't exist. There's not I've only seen like 4 rogues in the game, and they are all the same build. Like, you guys are complete copycats of each other. Like, it's literally just high luck damage. It's literally just max luck rogue build, and with Midas enchant. That is it. That is the only viable build for rogue. If you go anything else, you don't do enough damage. You don't have the abilities that let you survive. The only thing you have is increased money or drop chance. That is the only reason you go rogue. That is the singular reason. You don't exist otherwise. Like, let's be real. Who goes rogue? It's the worst class in the game. You're a weirdo if you do. Everyone loves you. If you do not exist, there's literally almost no way for anyone to like be a healer in the game. Besides like subclasses, of course, but we don't really talk about subclasses. Everyone wants you on your team. You are usually the backbone of a party, if most likely while fighting Thorian, since you have literally the best healing in the game. You also have holy magic, which is really good, and everybody wants to be around someone with holy magic because the whole new craze is fighting Thorian now. So yeah, pretty chill people. Aren't very modest people as well, actually, and willing to help a lot of people. Probably the most chill people in the game you'll meet.